The worldwide focus of attention is on the battleship, that single most expensive symbol of a nation's military strength. The cry for the destruction of these major weapons and the distribution of the peace dividend into social programs is not unlike the mood that swept America after the Cold War. In the spring of 1921, Brigadier General of the Army Billy Mitchell learns the Navy is preparing to bomb the captured German battleship Ostfriesland as part of its ongoing tests of air power versus sea power. For Mitchell, air power is an idea whose time has come. He fervently believes that the airplane will make armies and navies obsolete. July 19, 1921 is an auspicious day. Billy Mitchell has gathered 50 correspondents and 300 dignitaries to observe the events as a military band begins the festivities at Virginia's Langley Field. The crowd watches throughout the day. Mitchell's pilots drop bomb after bomb, but damage is minimal. The next day, Mitchell's Martin bombers are equipped with 2,000-pound ship-killer bombs. They are the biggest bombs in the world. Today, they will find their mark. Some are set to explode 30 feet beneath the surface of the water, as if multiple torpedoes are striking the ship from below, where she carries no protective armor. Finally, the Ostfriesland slips beneath the waters of the Chesapeake just 21 minutes after the day's work began. Air power has met the battleship head-on, and it's been a bad day for the Navy. And so, in the fall of 1921, with Mitchell's triumph as prologue, the International Disarmament Conferences begin in Washington. When the meetings are over, guns on all existing warships are limited to 14 inches and displacement to 35,000 tons. No new battleships are to be built for 10 years. Others must be destroyed. France is given equality in tonnage with Italy, as is Britain with the United States. Germany is to be kept inferior to everyone, including the Japanese, who are angered when they are forced to accept a battleship strength well below Britain and America. Some will later say, on the day the conference ended, World War II began. Soon, Japan and Germany would embark upon the path of rearmament and conquest. Within 2 decades, the world will once again be at war. And once again, the battleship will play a major part. It is 1939. Adolf Hitler has overrun Eastern Europe. And at sea, German U-boats once again prey on Britain's merchant fleet. Nazi surface raiders capture crews, then sink their ships. One such raider is the German battleship Admiral Graf Spee. Her captain, Hans Langsdorff, is a veteran of the First World War. He is known for his humane leadership. In the past year, he has destroyed 9 merchant ships without the loss of a single life.
I think he had a real sense of responsibility for his ship's company, and he felt that decisions he had taken himself to risk the ship and risk them should not lead his men into very dangerous situations.
Now, in the closing weeks of 1939, Hitler dispatches Langsdorff to intercept British cargo vessels off the coast of Uruguay.
He was going to the River Plate to find a convoy that he would sink together with the escort, and he had been given the strictest of orders that the last thing a German raider should do was engage British warships.
But for some unknown reason, Langsdorff disobeys. Perhaps he thinks any British warships in the area will be small and easily sunk. Aboard the British cruiser Ajax, Commodore Henry Harwood has been hunting the Graf Spee for months. Now he guesses exactly where Langsdorff is heading, and with the two other cruisers under his command, HMS Exeter and Achilles, he steams to intercept. On the Graf Spee, Langsdorff sights the masts of Exeter, thinks she is alone, and opens fire. The Battle of the River Plate has begun. The Graf Spee's gunnery is superb. Exeter is hit first, then Ajax. Still, Harwood manages to direct the Ajax's guns on the Graf Spee. Exeter fires her torpedoes. The Germans must turn hard to avoid them and thereby leave the field of battle. Langsdorff orders the Graf Spee to the neutral harbor at Montevideo. He pleads for time to make repairs, but the Uruguayan authorities refuse. The ship is badly damaged, and her captain has received 2 head wounds. The Graf Spee must leave in 72 hours. Langsdorff radios Berlin for instructions. At 5:25 on Sunday afternoon, 17 December 1939, this wounded symbol of Hitler's Navy weighs anchor and heads to sea. Outside the harbor, the British warships wait. A huge crowd has assembled to watch the battle to come. But there will be no battle. Just beyond the 3-mile limit, the battleship turns west and anchors. Captain Langsdorff and his officers depart the ship to find safe haven in Buenos Aires. Shortly afterward, explosions racked the Graf Spee. Two days later, alone in his hotel room, Langsdorff commits suicide.
He was found lying on the German ensign, the ensign of the ship, perhaps trying to atone with his own sacrifice for the disaster he had brought upon the German Navy.
July 1940, in London, Prime Minister Winston Churchill confronts a new crisis. France has fallen to the Nazis. The fate of her navy is yet to be determined.
France had a first-class navy, and if it had fallen into German hands, then British security would have been threatened, American security would have been threatened, and the whole naval situation would have been transformed. The neutralization of the French fleet was a necessary condition for the survival of the United Kingdom.
Churchill forbids French ships in British ports to put to sea. He dispatches a powerful squadron of warships to confront what remains of the French force in the Mediterranean at a place called Mirs el Kabir, Algeria. It is an impressive show of British sea power. 2 35,000-ton battleships, the carrier Ark Royal, and leading the squadron, Britain's ultimate symbol of naval supremacy, the battle cruiser HMS Hood.